It's not okay that he's inventing these stories about having won the 2020 election and now targeting the people who are actually speaking the truth about it. This is the problem. When you allow him to surround himself with loyalists, with no grown-ups who are going to say, come on. This is a story that is just not getting almost any attention. And that is that this guy, Chris Krebs, right, who was the head of cyber enforcement under the Trump administration. Not only is he being investigated, but now we learn he's lost his ability. I mean, it's just so crazy that it's almost hard to believe that he's now lost his membership in the expedited customs program that fast tracks you at the airport, because they say he's under active investigation by law enforcement. That is a fact disqualifying him from global entry. I mean, this is a guy who had to quit his job after Trump signed an executive order on April 9th because he's mad that Chris Krebs wasn't willing to say that the 2020 election was stolen. Let me play you a little bit of what Chris Krebs said in front of the Senate that has gotten him in so much trouble, all right?
I think it's, again, an affront to democracy that the citizens of the United States of America that are responsible for executing this sacred democratic institution of elections are being threatened on a daily basis. I mean, you name it, whether it's emails, whether it's phone calls, whether it's people showing up at your house. This is not America I recognize, and it's got to stop. We need everyone across the leadership ranks to stand up. I think I would appreciate more support from my own party, the Republican Party, to call this stuff out and end it. We got to move on. We have a president-elect in President-elect Biden. We have to move on.
This is a guy who had to quit his job because the administration decided to target his employer for having the tenacity to say that the 2020 election wasn't stolen and that it was one of the safest we've ever had. This is Trump on April 9th. Let's play. This is when he signed it. This is number 9. Here he is going after Chris Krebs.
This was a disgraceful election, and this guy sat back saying, well, I'm a member, or like he's a Republican or something, and almost right from the beginning. And he's tried to make the case that this election was a safe election. I think he said, this is the safest election we've ever had. And yet, every day you read in the papers about more and more fraud that's discovered. He's the fraud. He's a disgrace.
This is just astonishing that there aren't more people saying this isn't okay. It's not okay that he's inventing these stories about having won the 2020 election and now targeting the people who are actually speaking the truth about it. Why isn't this is the problem. When you allow him to surround himself with loyalists, with no grown-ups who are going to say, come on, you're not actually going to take away his global entry. And you're not actually going to target his employer. You're not actually going to really investigate him when there's nothing to investigate. The officials declined to specify to the New York Times why Krebs was under investigation, nor did they indicate which agencies were conducting the inquiry. Remember, he was appointed to head cybersecurity and infrastructure security by Trump in 2018. He identifies as a Republican. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He's not on our side, so he's the enemy.